We are Barri Gothic, Team 4, and our topic was Spain during World War II. Our group consists of Jacob Avery, Alyssa Dakin, Cory Lashbrook, Shoua Moua, and Hayley Salazar. Before World War II, Spain was immersed in its own civil war, and because of this, Spain was largely a non-belligerent during the Second World War. The nation was divided into two factions, Republicans and Nationalists, and the Nationalists staged a coup in which a military uprising of Spanish military overthrew the Second Spanish Republic. In 1936, their Spanish Civil War began as military officers overthrew the left-wing Popular Front government. The Nationalists were led by leader Francisco Franco, and they were largely aristocratic and conservative. Franco's Nationalists were supported by the Nazi Party in Germany and Fascist Italy, and the Republican side was supported by Spanish Communists, the Soviet Union, and Mexico. In 1939, Franco's regime won the Spanish Civil War, and the conflict that spanned over 3 years took a toll of about 500,000 Spaniards. Franco would remain in power for 36 years. Francisco Franco, known as El Caudillo, rose to power during this conflict and remained in power until 1975.
In the summer of 1936, General Franco led a group of nationalists to revolt to Morocco and create a division of Spain between them and the Republicans. He conquered a majority of the Republican-controlled area in central and northern Spain. This left the Republicans with a stronghold in the region of Catalonia, which included the city of Barcelona. In June 1938, the nationalists drove to the Mediterranean Sea and cut Republican territory in two. Later in the year, Franco mounted a major offensive against Catalonia. In 1939 of January, its capital of Barcelona was captured, and soon the rest of Catalonia fell. With the Republican cause all but lost, leaders attempted to negotiate a peace, but Franco refused. On March 28, 1939, the nationalists marched into Madrid, and the Spanish Civil War came to an end. Up to 1 million lives were lost, and it was devastating to Spanish history. Pause it. When the war started, the remnants of the Spanish Republic headed to France. And they used guerrilla tactics to get what they wanted, and they caused havoc to the Germans who occupied France at the time. They used many tactics to explode trains, railroads, and other things, and killed many Germans.
When World War II was declared, Spain did not formally join the Axis alliance. Spain's official stance during World War II was non-belligerent. Since World War II was declared just months after the Spanish Civil War, Spain was still currently in ruins, and they were also afraid of the British invasion. Hitler approached Franco in early 1940s to join the Axis alliance, but he declined. What Franco decided to do was he permitted volunteers, called the Blue Division, to fight. The Spanish Blue Division fought alongside the Germans on the Eastern Front and were given medals for their efforts. Spain's involvement in World War II was mainly through volunteers. Volunteers fought for both sides. This way, Franco was able to keep peace with the Western Alliance while repaying their debt to Germany for the aid during the Spanish Civil War. For Franco, the Blue Division was a way to keep his hands in the war in case Hitler won the war.
On the other side were the Allied sympathizers who were exiled into France. They were kind of the unsung heroes of the French resistance upon German occupation. A lot of men aided operation tactics developed by General Charles de Gaulle and French by René Girard, using guerrilla warfare operations, and they were usually used as testing companies to survey the depths of grounds being entered. One outstanding regiment was the Regiment de Marche de Chaude. the first company that was associated with the Allies to enter Paris for liberation in August of 1944. They were also one of the first companies to reach Hitler's Eagle's Nest, and they were given their own Medal of Honors and insignia within the French resisting army.
So after World War II ended, Spain was characterized by isolationism. This means that they were known for Franco asserting his nation's best interests and was best served by keeping the affairs of other countries at a distance. Franco continued to hold power of Spain until his death, which occurred in November of 1975. In 1978, Spain restored into a constitutional